What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and today we have some really big news. It is looking like Harrison Ford is indeed joining the MCU, however, not in the movie that we thought he was going to be joining. We also have some more news about potential Fantastic Four castings. It's been a little bit since we've heard about it. In fact, we haven't really heard much about the Fantastic Four casting after D23. Some insiders reported that Marvel Studios was going to reveal the cast for the Fantastic Four at D23. However, of course, as we know, that did not happen. Since then, we haven't really heard much, but today we have some new reports going around about who could be cast as Sue Storm, Reed Richards, Johnny Storm, and of course, Ben Grimm, the Thing. And it looks like, as I talked about before last week, Marvel Studios could be making the Nova project into a Disney Plus special presentation. If you caught my video last week, I talked about how Marvel is going to be making some major changes to the MCU, how they are going to start doing these specials more often. And it looks like they're doing this with Nova, turning it into a presentation rather than a movie or a show. We're going to go over each of these reports in this video, break down everything that you need to know. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. So let's start with the Harrison Ford casting for General Thunderbolt Ross. This rumor has been going around for about a week and a half now, and originally it wasn't put out there as a fact. It was put out there more along the lines of a statement that Harrison Ford has met with Marvel Studios, has talked to them about the role. However, it was not confirmed that he was indeed playing Thunderbolt Ross. However, today, that has changed. Jeff Sneider was the person who originally reported on this. But yesterday on the Hot Mic podcast, a podcast that Jeff Sneider does with John Roca, Jeff Sneider came out and actually said that this was confirmed. He had heard that it was confirmed Harrison Ford is indeed playing Thunderbolt Ross. However, he is not playing Thunderbolt Ross in the Thunderbolts movie, yet at least. But in fact, the movie that he is going to first appear in the MCU in is Captain America 4: New World Order. On the podcast, Jeff Sneider said that he asked his source if Harrison Ford had been cast as Thunderbolt Ross in the Thunderbolts film, in which he said he didn't get a confirmation, but he goes on to say that he figured perhaps he might have asked the wrong question, and it appears that they might not have that deal done yet for the Thunderbolts movie. However, he says that he's heard that they have closed a deal for a different movie, and that movie is Captain America 4. Check out what he said right here.
I hear that Harrison Ford has, in fact, closed a deal to play General Thunderbolt Ross, and that the movie is Captain America 4.
Wow!
That's what I've heard.
Wow.
I've heard it's a done deal. Harrison Ford, Thunderbolt Ross, Captain America 4. That's what I've heard.
So there you have it. Jeff Sneider says that he's heard Harrison Ford is joining the MCU. He has been cast as Thunderbolt Ross in Captain America 4. And this actually makes sense because Captain America New World Order does come before the Thunderbolts movie. It actually comes right before the Thunderbolts movie. So if they were going to have Thunderbolt Ross appear in Captain America 4, which based off of everything we've heard, multiple Hulks showing up, the leader being the main villain, it does make sense for Thunderbolt Ross to be in that film. And of course they would have to cast him for that film first because it's before the Thunderbolts. So it looks like they made that deal. Harrison Ford is going to be playing Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU from now on because sadly William Hurt, the original actor who played him, has passed away. He'll appear in Captain America New World Order, and then of course I'm assuming he will show up in the Thunderbolts as well. I'm assuming that deal is next to be made, especially considering that it's the very next movie on the Phase 5 timeline. So it appears that we have our new Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU, and it is Harrison Ford, and he has a long history with Disney, specifically Lucasfilm and Star Wars, which is owned by Disney now. They are also doing Indiana Jones as well. So this makes sense. He's already a part of Disney. He just got done doing Indiana Jones 5. He was already working very close with them, and now it looks like he's going to continue to do so. And I'm excited. I love Harrison Ford. His characters have been iconic, and I think he's going to bring a lot to the character Thunderbolt Ross in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, moving on to the new Fantastic Four casting rumors. I gotta say right off the bat, I don't know how I feel about this one. So let me know when you hear these what you think about them in the comments down below. This is coming from the account Demoy, and if you're not familiar with what Demoy is, it's basically an account where people can randomly submit things that they've heard within the movie industry and some other industries as well. So do not take this as a confirmed thing. It's not a confirmed report. Just take it as a rumor for now, but this is what the message says. It says, Fantastic Four news, Maddie Hasson and Tom Ellis are in the running for the roles of Sue Storm and Reed Richards. And they talk about Johnny and the Thing as well, but let's first talk about these two right here. First off, Maddie Hasson. Admittedly, I had never heard of her before, but after doing some research and watching a few videos of her, I don't think that this would be a bad choice. I think she definitely has a look to play Sue Storm, and she had some real talent and great acting capabilities in some of the clips that I saw of her. So I don't doubt that she would do a good job. And then there's also Tom Ellis, who most people know from the series Lucifer. Now, Tom Ellis is a great actor. I have nothing against him. However, out of all of the people that we've heard to play Reed Richards and Sue Storm, I still think I'm leaning more towards Penn Badgley. Well, of course, I'm leaning towards John Krasinski and his wife Emily Blunt, but if it's not going to be the two of them, I'm leaning more towards Penn Badgley and Jodie Comer. But that is just a personal preference of mine. Like I said, Maddie Hasson and Tom Ellis are great actors, and I believe they would do a great job playing Reed and Sue. However, I just kind of see it more with Penn Badgley and Jodie Comer, but let me know what you think down below. Now, this rumor is not over. It continues to say Daveed Diggs has also auditioned. Michael Provost is the favorite for Johnny Storm. Jason Biggs has auditioned for The Thing. Now, this is very interesting. It doesn't say who Daveed Diggs has auditioned for, it just says he auditioned. So this could be for Reed Richards, it could be for Johnny Storm, or it could be The Thing. However, I kind of don't hope he plays The Thing. I think he's got a lot of talent. I'd really like to see his natural face on screen and not covered up with rock. However, he'd still probably do a pretty good job. Now, Jason Biggs is kind of weird, not gonna lie. Most people know Jason Biggs from the American Pie franchise. Of course, he's been in a lot of other movies since then, and no doubt that he is a talented actor. And keep in mind, it's not going to be his actual body playing The Thing. Of course, it's going to be probably mocap. Remember, Mark Ruffalo isn't actually the size of the Hulk. And if they are going to go down sort of the comedy route, Jason Biggs might do really well in this role. However, I'm still kind of leaning towards the Seth Rogen casting if I had to choose, if they truly are going down that comedic route. But like I said, this is not confirmed, this is just a casting rumor. Take it with a grain of salt, and of course, if I hear anything else, I'll be sure to do an updated video. But let me know what you think about this rumor for these actors to play the Fantastic Four in the comments down below. And now finally moving on to Nova. In a recent report yesterday from thecosmiccircus.com, they have said that they heard Marvel Studios is making Nova's introduction to the MCU a Disney Plus special presentation. Now, the last time I was talking about this, people had not seen Werewolf by Night yet. However, it has come out now and a lot of people have said that they really enjoyed it. I'm one of these people, and I actually do think that these specials are kind of cool and they could be a really interesting way to introduce new characters to the MCU. Of course, I gotta say that I would prefer Nova to have his own movie. However, a short little 1-hour special to introduce him, then him maybe appear in the Guardians of the Galaxy or another cosmic film in the MCU, and then go on to get his own true film in the MCU might not be that bad. And if it means that we get Nova in the MCU sooner rather than later because of the special, I'm here for it. I'd rather get him in the MCU in a special in a year rather than waiting 2 to 3 years for him to appear in the MCU in his own movie or Disney Plus show. Because like I said, a Disney Plus special presentation gets him in the MCU and then he can appear in other films. If quickly introducing Nova into the MCU during a special presentation gets him in Avengers Secret Wars, do it. I'd rather that happen than to not see him in Secret Wars at all. But hey, let me know your thoughts about all of these reports in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all the recent MCU news. Of course, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for live updates. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.